Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the next step in my article thing. I have to work on that name, really. I'm taking more care in a lot of things. In fact, I have to have a new set built before the new year, but that's not important. Welcome! I'm Director of Arketer Labs, joined, as you can see, by real Miss Dean.
Why are you dressed like a bellend?
Okay, this is the Omegon Compelled Twerking Opposition Helmet, or Octo for short. It's basically my Christmas gift, as I commissioned for myself, finally completed. And it will basically protect me from all manner of psychic influence, really, eldritch or otherwise. I mean, if it protected Magneto from getting a psychic lobotomy from Charles Xavier, I'm pretty sure it can at least protect me from one eldritch squid man.
Look, I can tell Shannon from here that will protect you from all forms of sexual perversion or pleasantries.
I'll take it, even then.
That one.
Well, I guess when you dress like a bellend, you don't have to worry if people fuck with you. You're already fucking yourself.
Moving on. Joined, as you can also see, by Izub, Orla Seraph, Smoking Rat, Franz, Final Blackout, and you chat and Nort. I think that's just about everyone. Now feel free to introduce yourselves as you see fit. I already addressed your presence.
As far as anyone's aware at this point, I'm Izu, Smoking Rat, and Blackout all rolled into one, but...
Oh yes, this is the 300th Izu.
If they want to shed responsibility, you set yourself up for it.
Lazy assholes never advertising shit. But
He's not me.
Irritated.
He's absolutely not me. There's no way it's possible. He wouldn't remember.
Hi, I'm Franz.
Hi. Just giving you some validation.
He is of illegal age. YouTube, it's just he looks like a child.
In any case, I don't anticipate needing to use this time, but since someone promoted this stream with a clip of a previous twerking incident, I just thought I might go ahead and take the edge of precaution this time around.
Oh, come on. You know that's good. You know that's good fucking shit. Look, you already got 17 people watching you.
I think that's actually lower than average.
Everyone else has already had their full of disappointment this year.
I was gonna say I can leave.
No. Very welcome, Chat Morning. This isn't your fault. This is Steam's fault. Blowing up. No, that's the nice one. This is real Miss Steam, the one that has no tentacly appendages, but very misplaced ovens.
I'm an innocent angel. I would never do such a thing.
Look, we would have put it higher, but then we wouldn't have had her tits to stare at. Just a little window as we watch things bake.
That's fair.
I don't
you know,
approve of any of this. Some of these I'm having comment deleted from...
much, but, you know, we'd be waiting for the cookies.
Greetings also to Zach, was one comment. Some of these on a comment being deleted from your own video. The overlords are getting awfully tyrannical. Speaking of lower than average, everyone but Ark is pretty low on the volume. Hold on, let me see if I can adjust that.
we can just scream. That could be fun.
Problem solved. Everyone
know
should be.
what you can do with it. Do you guys remember the porn of the guy putting his entire head in someone's vagina?
Yes.
You've seen that too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I suppose at this point we have to ask which one.
He can take up his job.
Because there's the normal one, and then there's the one where the chick's hanging from a tree branch and lowers herself spinning onto it.
Okay, I want to see that one. That one's fun. Sounds fun.
What the fuck do you people watch?
Okay, I've seen it too, but furthermore, I know it's an illusion, and I know how they did it, so there's that.
Oh.
It's basically a magic trick.
It's the magic vagina.
It's crazy what they can do with elastic and silicone elastic these days. any case, greetings. Let's see. Nightwolf, Zach Osborne, SnoopyS100, Shoal.
Yeah, more worn and
Ghost
torn
Double
than actually magic.
Nightwolf, Sarty.
Need to get in there with the other
Enfield. Thank you. I am very pleased with this helmet. I'm still getting used to it. The weight's it's a bit unbalanced. Getting my goggles on with it was a bit of a challenge, but it's entirely worth it just to guarantee I'm the only one who controls when I do something as embarrassing as twerking.
What?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Do it.
It's simply
Do
not. No. Look, you don't have eldritch compulsion powers to begin with, and this is not covered in the contract. I know. I expressly forbid anything of the sort.
No, I don't have eldritch powers, but I can fuck an eldritch power.
Who also can't compel me now, so good luck with that.
No, she was just going to do it for fun.
He's the son of Cthulhu. I'm pretty sure he can get past that little bell end of yours.
If it's Cthulhu, I might have trouble, but he's still a babby, and I think I should be fine. I should be fine.
I'm not sure of the legality of that, really.
In human years, he's perfectly legal. In
Elder thing
Cthulhu
years,
is
yeah. Strictly speaking, he's Eldritch barely legal.
It's Victorian London. We'll just file him as a sex worker.
And strictly speaking, I don't think modern laws and the reality that we're familiar with have addressed this in the books anywhere. So, if anything, it might be forbidden anyway on certain bestiality prohibitions, which apparently aren't as universal across the states, at least, as I once might have assumed.
what you just learned that Alabama fucks crocodiles, alligators.
Wait, what?
Whatever the fuck they
Well, otherwise we would have to ban Steve Irwin. I mean, that whole thumb thing, I mean, illegal otherwise.
It's
No, I wish I
not
was
legal
this
according
stream-
to meth.
Very
No, I
well.
wish I was joking, but an Alabama man did actually try and fuck an alligator, so.
We've got a lot of meth here, so I'm not that surprised.
So it's alligator horse. That's what you're saying.
Alabama man!
First question
Some
about this guy.
alligators, you know,
Can
it's
you
their
answer me
fault.
one question?
You know, it's
One
fair. You know, it's the alligators' fault they got raped, dressing like sluts with their scales and tails and
What's your
sharp teeth.
question, Rat?
Was the man who got denied by the alligator wearing a helmet?
No, I think.
You're not
his
going to
dick
pin
got
this
bitten off
on
by-
me. If someone's wearing this out there, I'm pretty sure it made it into the article.
Wasn't implying
Maybe.
that.
Pretty sure his dick got bitten off by a crocodile.
I have heard about that one happening.
Would have
But I
been
think that was
wanted.
actually Florida stuff.
Reminder to everyone, Chatmore is a weenie. That's not true, but she does play a Queeness of Weenus on SideQuest.
Yes, that is my official title. So
She's
I don't
works.
know where to go from there.
She's also known as Concubine 38.
I thought I was 37.
It's like the Sputnik rockets. You can be both.
Okay.
Depending
That's
on
fine,
who you
I have-
ask.
Listen, I don't know how much money.
Like number 3 or something.
Listen, I have the 3 big I don't knows. I don't know how much money I have. I don't know how much soldiers I have, and I don't know how many concubines I have.
Because she keeps killing them.
Is that what happens?
I only
Occasionally.
kill a few concubines a year, and that's because they try to run away.
No. In
Jesus,
any
that
case.
is a short.
Wait, what?
I just have to flash back to the midgets I had to scrape off the ceiling earlier this year.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
Gray says, Michelle, the wonderful aka Chatmore, is awesome, and won't even dare say otherwise. I have no issue with Chatmore, aka Michelle. I mean, the only person who has a grief with them is the character Arcturus against the character Lyra, the Queeness of Venus, and that's a whole other thing. So we're not.
Oh,
we're not,
come on,
we're not
Art.
doing
Just
that
admit
here.
it. Only reason anyone watches her streams is for Ceiling Chan.
No,
what?
I'm also semi-interesting. Not as interesting as my ceiling, but I'm still sort of a draw.
No, I'm not Magneto. I'm just making use of the technology. And yes, it does have a retractable blast shield, but I need to hold the electronics in this context. That's neither here nor there. Any guys, hey, has everyone had a nice Christmas?
I have a very
Yes.
disappointed Christmas, unfortunately.
We'll take turns. Chat and Mort, how was your Christmas?
It was lovely. I didn't get alcohol poisoning. I didn't have to see any of my really, 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 really creepy relatives. I got stuff. Only one of my cats ate a bunch of tinsel and vomited it back up and got scolded. It was a good time.
Excellent. Quite the array of blessings. Steam?
Yeah, well, it was disappointing. We didn't get to kill Santa Claus, and all I got was this pocket watch. Although I had a consolation prize and did manage to kill one of the politicians that were trying to fight for labor laws, so I guess I had an okay Christmas.
I'm mostly just pleased with the completion of the Octo helmet. Izub, how was your Christmas?
Yeah, well, after 299 died, they tried me out. We had a small little party, streamers, cookies, killed a few guards, and it was pretty peaceful after that.
Yeah. So it was also technically your first Christmas.
Technically, but clones. Who gives a
Hey.
shit?
You got to live to see a Christmas, Lisa. That's pretty neat. The other clones weren't so lucky as that. It's good. It's a blessing to count.
He got to see half a Christmas.
Franz, how was your Christmas?
Was fine.
Cool. Hola?
Oh, it was great. I broke out, set the fire station on fire, kidnapped a few extra people for dinner.
Yeah, I have to recruit a few new employees now.
How was your Christmas, the smoking rat? Was Santa nice to you?
Yeah. I was gonna go with no comment because I honestly kind of don't remember. But, I did get a pair of shoes.
Oh no.
So, yeah, it was good. It was good. I'll say it was good.
Hypothetically implies if you don't remember it, you had some manner of fun.
I think I did.
That's the downside
I'm
of.
just gonna go with that.
Yeah, we'll hope for the best. And none of us can testify against you if it was anything else. So at least there's that.
True.
We weren't watching. We have no idea where you were or what you did. Unfortunately, apparently
He
none of
doesn't know
you-
where he was or what he did.
That may be part of the no comment thing.
Yeah, hopefully your people clearest to you will cover for you if necessary. Let's see. Well, I guess that brings up to speed on most recent events. We can get to the articles. And this really does seem to have a theme of another reminder of human folly, but not just human folly. Turkey that had online fans but real-life haters is killed. One of the findings of Mr. Fruman, I believe. He was not here, but I understand they're trolling in chat, and that's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry. A turkey had villain. A turkey had enemies.
Online fans but real-life haters. Some of
See,
them
I think they're just drumming up the fact that he made a nice Christmas dinner.
Well, I would hope that they at least made good of it on that. Somerville, Massachusetts, a wild turkey that developed an online fan following but also drew complaints about aggressive behavior was euthanized last week, Massachusetts wildlife officials said. The turkey had become a fixture in the Somerville neighborhood, known by some adorers as Pat Cluck, or Mayor Turkatone, the Boston Globe reported. An Instagram account created for the turkey described it as a classic wild turkey who enjoys kindness, not being honked at, and bringing joy to humans. So they're full of shit, surely. The account attracted more than 1,700 followers since its first post in July, but the bird also had a long history of aggressive behavior, said David Scarpitti, a wildlife biologist and turkey expert.
Hey, Arketer.
Turkey expert.
Hey, Arketer.
Yes?
Zach Osborne message retracted 4 times.
Greetings, Brian Yoder! No doubt the turkey met the demise for dinner. One can hope they said euthanized, but... Blackout.
What's the problem? Oh, you want me to
Hans.
remove that? Okay.
Fans took to social media to... But neighbours kept feeding the turkey and behaviour continued, leading to the decision to capture and euthanize it, Scarpitti said. He called it unfortunate, but blamed those who kept feeding the turkey. Fans took social media to mourn news of the bird's death, and some neighbourhood offered a tribute by gobbling from their front steps Sunday evening. Wild turkeys have once been wiped out in New England,
nice.
but have seen a resurgence in recent years. So, I'm sorry, what was that?
Well, that's nice. That's
I'm sure
Not-
Mayor Turkington would have not given the slightest shit, actually.
well, yeah, probably.
But most importantly, it seems that the turkey did go to waste. That's unfortunate.
I think everyone is just contemplating the fact that we are probably going to relate to that turkey's pointless demise in the long run more than we'd like. So,
Some of us
Oh.
might be in the short run.
I
Yeah.
don't relate to that turkey.
That is unfortunate. R.I.P. Mayor Turkington. Only I wish they had at least made some sandwiches. Just a waste. It's perfectly good turkey. I mean, was it in poor health? It wasn't.
Well, if they euthanized it, it might be contaminated. Should have just shotgunned them.
Yes, or just a classic axe. Put Turkington on the chop, and there you go. You can feed people for at no cost, really. I mean, isn't that the best way to go about it? That way, to a certain degree, Mayor Turkington would have lived on. And been that much more appreciated by the hungry. Yes, very funny, chat. Very funny.
I appreciate the turkey retracted one.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know what you have a problem with message retarded.
no, that wasn't. And yes, I returned. It's fine. I get it. I can tell eventually. I mean, it still comes through even in grayscale. Just never mind. Shouldn't have said anything. I brought this on myself. Been once I've done that, but here we are. I'll just have to thicken my skin and carry on. But who else wants a Turkeyton sandwich?
Yeah, I could go for
I
one.
want a turkey sandwich.
I'm gonna pass.
I was very free range, and who knows what they ate. 'Cause
How often are you going to get the chance to eat a famous turkey?
it's true. It's a rare opportunity.
Well,
It sounds overrated, okay?
I did still eat the Queen's turkey yesterday, so not that rare.
Well, that's a valuable one, but not exactly a famous one.
Look,
Yeah,
at the
true.
very least, they could have taken the turkey, lopped off the head, cooked it properly, sliced it up, and just auctioned off the meal. If they'd done it on eBay, I'm sure it brought a lot of money in. They could have put it towards the community, maybe reimbursing people the turkey attacked and or killed, things like that.
The people the turkey attacked and killed.
They said aggressive behavior.
That'd make a
They
great
didn't say
Thanksgiving
how
movie.
aggressive. I mean, they probably would be willing to forgive the occasional disappearance.
Just
Might have
instead of Cuckoos chasing Link, it's turkeys killing people.
So the black turkey.
Look, it's a turkey, aggressive behavior. Maybe it was flipping everyone the bird.
You know, it's entirely possible. I mean, people's tolerance for rudeness has gone down quite sharply over the years. I mean, someone could have gotten their feelings offended by its threatening gobbling and marked that down as an aggressive action. Hey, fun fact. Apparently Benjamin Franklin wanted to make turkey the national bird of the U.S.
Yes, he thought it was a noble and intelligent bird.
Noble, intelligent, and brave, whereas he felt the bald eagle was cowardly and just kind of a little shit.
And scary.
But,
Well,
well, Mr. Franklin was right about a lot of things, but he definitely didn't understand much about branding.
Mr. Franklin is definitely a turkey.
They were only caring about the
probably
animals
not-
how they look, not how they acted. I mean, if they cared about anything else, not lions wouldn't be on countless nobilities' crests because lions suck. Especially the male lions.
And do you know why herbivores and omnivores taste so much better than carnivores? They season themselves.
Oh. I never thought of it that way.
Well, just look at the Orkney sheep. The Orkney Islands sheep. They season themselves because they only eat seaweed.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but real Miss Steam is right.
I'm always right, even when I'm wrong.
No.
Yeah.
But
So
truly,
what you're saying, instead of corn, we should be feeding chickens basil and thyme.
Yes.
I mean, actually, yeah. If you actually feed chickens some herbs, they do taste better.
why not?
7 herbs and
a
spices,
mix?
rat.
Just my brain immediately went, "Ezub, stop wasting your time." And I try to control myself. I think because Froman's not here, I'm trying to replace him or something, and it feels weird.
Okay. Well, we just discussed how in the US, despite great fondness for Turkey's Instagram presence, they went ahead and put it down for its aggressive behavior. Conversely, Owl Killer, vigilante group assassinate Colombian woman who went viral for beheading a living barn owl.
I don't feel bad for it.
I know this is
no
going to be a
funding for their
morally
bail?
complex one for some.
What a terrible thing for the owl decapitated to die so terribly. Oh, that's the worst. Okay, on to the next one. I don't fucking care.
Social media fame cost woman dearly as a vigilante in Colombia took matters into his own hands and punished an animal abuser. Well, animal killer. But then maybe there's a bit of abuse there too. By killing her. The victim was a woman who had caused a great stir online after she posted images of a decapitated owl on social media. The police, however, have been able to confirm whether she was murdered for killing the bird or the attack is unrelated to the viral incident.
Oh, how did she die? Was it an axe? Was it an axe? Was she decapitated?
No, it was gunfire. Multiple
Oh,
gunfire.
that's lazy. I would have decapitated.
From the back of motorcycles, if I remember correctly.
That's lazy. I would have. Like poetic irony. She decapitates a bird. You could decapitate her. It's you know.
It's a thing.
This is curious, though, because apparently the killer had to have a moral support human with him. For an woman, the killer took 6 shots at her while his partner waited on a bike on which they fled after the crime. She was announced dead upon arrival at the hospital. I'm wondering, is this part of some sort of cartel thing? Because it does seem odd that she would have been taken out for just the owl.
Oh.
Cartel thing, I would have felt that, okay, you've got 2 people on the bike. They pull up. They shoot from the back of the bike. They drive away.
Could
That
the
makes it sound
owl
like-
have been full of cocaine?
Yes.
Feasibly, yes. It's not actually the first time that would have been a thing.
I think we've hit upon something. 6 months ago, Aldana created a video in which she beheaded a living barn owl and posted a disturbing clip on social media. Since then, she's been named Owl Killer for a degrading act. But now we know that was their drug mule owl, and they had to avenge the fallen member of their gang.
It had to get from point A to point B before it coughed up that cocaine pellet, and it just didn't happen.
She clearly
Wow.
decapitated the wrong owl. It's not that she just killed an owl, but that owl was connected. It was a maid owl.
Just use humans if you want to smuggle.
But she's was very proud of her kill. Apparently, she posted out pictures of this. Many were outraged by her act and want to be punished. Someone clearly recognized the owl. Adana was already under investigation by the police after the video was seen by members of Colombia's environmental agency. There was an ongoing probe for animal abuse against her.
Oh no! What? That poor woman who decapitated an owl is dead. Oh, how terrible! So, did her body get thrown in a ditch as it should, or did they just light it on fire and just have the ashes?
No. They didn't do anything to the woman for aside of shooting her. Apparently, she was pronounced dead on arrival. So they didn't just find the corpse later on. They got to her while she was still alive, but didn't last very long. Something is bothering her. I'm trying to put my finger on it. Oh yes, this could not have been a PETA hit squad. Mostly because the shooter didn't accidentally kill his partner and then get run over by some local wildlife. I mean, they actually pulled it off here.
Or kill a dog in the process.
Yeah, strictly speaking, PETA struggles to injure themselves, and sometimes goes to great effort to do so, apparently recently branding themselves like cattle before pretending to be steaks again.
Maybe they hired a professional.
Without realizing that branding cattle doesn't actually hurt them because their skin is a lot tougher than a human's.
Just because Rad had to go no at it, Brian Yoder's Pablo Escobar is...
That's a good one. Certainly I don't approve of the casual murder of an owl, but this was a bit overboard. But then again, just be careful about killing owls. They might be drug owls, and their gang members might be affectionate towards them. This next one will serve as a warning for certain individuals. They know who they are.
I don't know who they are.
They'll know.
Are you talking to us from the afterlife, Mort?
I don't. It's not relevant to me.
Hey, cats, look, listen. Animals will eat you if there's no other food.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and to be fair, they did wait, apparently. Janet Veals, and that last name, Veal, that.
Oh. Oh dear.
You think she lived up to the name? Or was she just a little too tough for it?
Well, I don't know if anyone... Someone contact that pet psychic that talked to Biden's was his dog and predicted his win. Someone, we need that pet psychic to answer these questions for us. Janet Veal's body was found with parts not eaten by animals that had been left without food for up to 3 months. So we can't really be sure how long they waited.
Eat you. They'll like if they like you, they'll eat you when everything else is gone and they're desperate.
We, as they should,
can't really know how long they waited. Probably not 3 months before getting started, because she would have been pretty putrid by that point. I don't think even cats can stomach it at a certain point.
You've never owned a cat, have you?
Well, if I did, I kept them well fed, so I wouldn't know necessarily how rancid human meat can get before they'll turn their noses up at it.
Usually you're looking at 2 to 3 weeks, mostly due to the fact that to actually get into the human body and properly start tearing off chunks to eat, they've got to let you soften a little bit due to the size difference.
Well, greetings.
Which is also why the soft fish is usually the first to go. You know, eyes, facial stuff.
A very popular wildlife snacks, I'm aware. The body of a recluse woman was eaten by her own cats as she lay undiscovered in her home for several weeks. An inquest is heard. Janet Veal's... I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time getting over that. Janet Veal Janet Veal's body was found with parts gnawed and eaten by animals and left out food for up to 3 months. Neighbors initially raised the alarm after noticing mail build up in the 56-year-old's letterbox, realizing they hadn't seen her for some time. Southampton's coroner's court heard how police officers gained entrance to the building via an unsecured upstairs window, and quickly noticed the floors were covered in rubbish and rooms hadn't been aired in months. BBC Dave Ivey said that although he encountered a number of animals as he moved onto the ground floor of the building, the majority of dogs and cats he discovered were already dead, which would imply they started eating her before they ate their own. No, that's fine.
Salty, she did not deserve it.
We don't know if she deserved it or not. And but don't bother retracting it now. We've already read it. It's too late. But we'll never let you live it down. Our memories are long.
AETP, animals eating tasty people.
Oh.
That's from Nightwolf in the chat.
People usually wonder why people taste good because we eat meat. It's like, well, we're omnivores. We season ourselves all the time.
too.
You know, I have to wonder, did they have her with a nice catnip sauce?
Oh.
No. But Coroner Keith Wiseman said these animals had been, the officer thought, confined in these 2 rooms downstairs for what may well have been a period of many weeks, stretching quite possibly into several months. He added this too was a distressing experience because it was clear that certain parts of Mrs. Beale's body were missing, and had the officer formed the view, effectively gnawed and eaten away by the animals, which, honestly, we're not really blaming him for that here in this context, I think.
No.
One can only imagine how difficult this seemed for the officer, dealing with it. Miss Veal's husband is thought to have left the family home the previous year, and neighbors described her as reclusive. Now I feel attacked.
So you hang on, why isn't neighbours didn't check on her before?
Look, just for the record, if anyone's concerned, I don't have any free-roaming pets around here. I just have the perfectly normal plasma ball.
Oh, don't I count?
I have Mr. Clanky. He's a good giant turtle. And I also have Dr. Hedgehog, who is planning on killing me. It's adorable.
I wouldn't presume you as a pet, or one, because you're sentient, and I do have ethical standards, and 2, it would only encourage you to eat my kidneys. The medical record revealed a history of chest problems of recent years, and although an autopsy proved extremely difficult to the extent of decomposition, pathologist Dr. Whipplephoria, these names, and this one's not quite as darkly comedically thematic, but
it almost sounded like you said nipplephoria.
Dr. Whipplephoria.
Now I hear it.
Dr. Whipplephoria. Dr. Whipplephoria? Never mind. Concluded the death was possibly due to...
Rat totally hears it now and can't stop.
Nipplephoria.
Whipplephoria.
So there's sucks on nipple, they get euphoria.
Right, an exceedingly specific and rare emotion.
He's got himself muted so chat can't see it, but he's losing his shit every time somebody says nipplephoria.
Nipplephoria or Whipplephoria?
Nipplephoria.
Well, I'm sure...
Well, of course, Nipplephoria sounds very funny indeed, but Whipplephoria...
I don't know what a Whipplephoria would be.
I'm sure my lovers and concubines probably had nipplephoria before.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Please stop saying that.
Which one?
Both of them.
Okay.
You want us to all stop saying nipplephoria?
I'm going to stop.
Now you're going to stop right at point you have to read Whipplephoria again.
I'm not going to harass Clicking Rat. I mean, he's one of the most well-mannered people I've had on any of these streams. If he's asked me to stop, I'm going to stop.
It just makes sense. Okay, Rat is obviously experiencing nipple phobia right now.
I can't necessarily stop them, but I'm going to stop. So I'll try to help out by moving them forward. Ruling a death from natural causes, Mr. Wiseman said exactly what happened to render Miss Veal. Exactly what happened to render Mrs. Veal unable to assist herself or get any kind of help is unclear. Obviously, one or other chest condition might have disabled her, but it is not at all clear. Describing Mrs. Veal as an animal lover, Mr. Wiseman added, there is no indication otherwise, and no suggestion. If I can go to the complete extreme, any suggestion that she had been in any way attacked by the animals while she was alive. He went on to say, given the background history findings, I am prepared to find on the balance of probabilities that this was sadly a natural death that led to really very untoward consequences, because the inability of Mrs. Veal to get any assistance for herself and to be confined in the way that she was in this property with a number of animals that had not been fed for quite a long period of time.
You know, I want to... Oh.
You alright over there? Feeling the steam?
Oh, that was euphoric. Sorry.
Okay, I take it back. I don't want to know. I'm having a hard time getting over this. The sad fate of Mrs. Veal.
Yeah,
it was almost cruel.
There's an etymology to names, you know. Like a lot of American names, like Cooper, came from some ancestor that made barrels more often than not. Carpenter, things like that. What was the ancestry of Mrs. Veal? Is this some sort of generations removed cosmic backlash? Because if your lineage was known for producing veal, that'd probably do it.
Really? Does my last name have any meaning?
Director of Arketer Labs, and so Russia animals love you. This case, when you feed the animals, you feed the animals, not so much. There's no love going on. You know?
Oh, Man's Watch. Yes, I think his is a very tender story.
Well, it should be. She spent her last few years in a dark room alone, untouched by anyone, until somebody ate her.
That is true.
Oh.
And awful. So awful.
But Arketer, do you really think last names hold any significant meaning? Do you think my last name holds any significant meaning?
I'm inclined to think that you basically extensively chose it for yourself as a thematic decision. I mean, are you telling me like you're a third generation Steam?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I can understand my case. Arketer is not traced. You know what? We're just very no.
My father was a Mr. Steam. My mother was a Mrs. Steam. My sisters and brothers were Mrs. and Mr. Steam. Mr. and Mr. Steam. My grandfather was named Mr. Steam. All our last names is Steam.
Okay then. Must be a very coveted last name in Victorian steampunk England.
Well, they changed it from the classical Roman, which was vapor.
Steam?
Yes.
Is that accurate? Did you go from vapor to
Where do you
steam?
think she gets all her money from? She's the heiress to the Vicks Vapor Rubs line. It's not actually the like a side brand name. It's Mr. Vapors Rub.
Zach Osborne, for the sake of argument, we're going to argue that not father and mother, last name Steam. Steam was married name for the mother. Almost certainly. Steam?
No, my father took my mother's last name.
This is plausible. Do you know what his maiden name was?
No, he never told me.
What?
No, actually, he never told me. He never told me.
There's no one in your family with that for relatives that had the last name Mist, did they?
No.
No.
This is a title.
No, not Miss. Mist with a T on the end of it, like the Mist family.
No, no.
Okay.
I think we've hit the end of this. From animal-related disasters to another. Apparently at Cornell, flu shot is mandatory, but only if you're white, which seems like a stark reversal of the previous supposed policy of only vaccinating non-white old people, but now it's only mandatory if you're white, which I don't think it can well, in any case, Cornell University has a mandatory requirement for students that they receive a flu vaccine, but there's an eyebrow-raising exception. Cornell is requiring, through its behavioral compact, flu vaccination for Ithaca-based students as a public health strategy in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, school states. So, okay. The university's aim is to reduce the spread of the flu so the healthcare providers can focus on those students exposed to the novel coronavirus. And we've been locked out. In hindsight, meh. In other news, God compensates Job with a $600 stimulus check.
Hey, it's a win-win.
I really do love the Babylon Bee. This might sound familiar to some people. Ancient Near East, despite scriptural evidence that God restored all of Job's fortunes after his devastating losses, scholars now believe God actually mailed Job a $600 stimulus check to compensate him for his trouble. According to new evidence, God considered restoring and even doubling all of Job's property, but after lengthy discussions, he decided $600 was just what Job needed. I pretty much lost everything, Job said. My kids, my home, my livestock, my health, my livelihood, I lost all of it. But finding out that I get $600 is pretty exciting. Maybe I'll buy a goat. Job's friend Bildad complained that he would not be receiving a stimulus check. It's not really fair, said the Shuhite. I spent the better part of an afternoon with Job. I basically suffered as much as he did, and what do I get? Nothing. Ridiculous. The check is expected to be sent out sometime soon, leaving Job at the mercy of the mail delivery service for his much-anticipated windfall. However, even when the check arrives, Job's situation won't improve much. Rather than investing the funds back into the family businesses, Job's wife plans to spend the money on a new vacuum. That's a pretty good comparison, actually. Actually, that really bothered me about the story of Job. I don't know how versed many of you are in Christian theology and Bible stories in general, but that's one of the stories that always kind of implied to me that if it's precisely as recorded, God's sense of humor is entirely beyond ken. Burns his family to death with giant fireballs, ruins him financially, and then just doubles his wealth afterwards? Did he resurrect his kids and family from the dead? I don't recall that detail going in there. Strictly speaking, Job got a stimulus check to replace his dead family.
You see, and this really does work very well with government, because he could have just not taken it in the first place.
All I know is that next time, I'm leaving this helmet off unless Omegon shows up, because it is quite warm, really. I'll have to work some ventilation solution.
It's quite hard to look like a bell end. Black bell end. I'm sure black men love you.
And Director of Arketer Labs, I thought God allowed Lucifer to do that job. Probably, but still. I don't recall his family being resurrected from the dead, so god handing livestock and extra gold for a burned-to-death family with giant fireballs doesn't seem a bit of an inadequate compensation. Can't really do that, strictly speaking. So to compare to this is pretty solid. $600 back then, when you account for inflation, might have been a fortune.
You could just buy a new family, couldn't you? That's surely.
Well, yeah.
Apparently that's what he did.
They already like that.
I'm pretty sure this was absolutely no comfort to his new family, which realized they might be randomly burned to death by giant fireballs, just to double check his faith. I do hope that's apocryphal, personally. I mean, I'd... In the event of a hypothetical god, I'd prefer if he's not placing bets on win or snap. Just as a personal preference, I don't presume to dictate the will of hypothetical god, but if they could refrain from placing on bets win on snap with the devil, that'd be great, thanks. I'd appreciate it immensely. I'll,
Hate to break it to you, he's got next March.
Oh. Moving on. I don't care. Ooh, this is important, especially if you're living in Hawaii. Kilauea erupts on State's Big Island. U.S. Geological Survey says the situation is rapidly evolving as warnings are issued and earthquake recorded. That's right, the Big Island of Hawaii has erupted, which... Look, volcanoes erupting suck, but they suck most of all when you're on a small bit of floating rock that they're on too.
That's
and this
true.
is probably ruining someone's vacation.
Oh, I remember my father's name. His name was Sweeney.
Oh no.
What?
I think we've heard of your father.
You have?
Well, it depends. Was that his first or his last name?
His first, I think.
I see where this is going.
I
see
think
where this-
Todd was his name.
Maybe. Strictly speaking, though, that would imply his story ended better than we've had it end here.
Huh.
Of
So,
course, in the story of Sweeney Todd here, I don't think he married any steams. What was the name of the pie shop owner? Does anyone happen to recall?
I don't know. I know he...
Oh, Brian Yoder, I don't think he was really a barber. I think he was a butcher.
Or a baker, or a candlestick maker. Yeah, something like that.
I think your concept of what a barber is very narrow and judgmental.
Oh,
And
no,
this-
no. He wasn't... Oh, no, he wasn't a barber. He was a butcher.
That's
Well, that settles it.
the
Never
truer
mind.
calling for a Sweeney Todd and any.
Barbers back then were also known to do minor surgery on people, like remove gallstones and, you know, other such things.
The Sweeney Todd we're familiar with did an awful lot of removing.
Well, he started off as a butcher, and then he just...
You know, this does explain the oven.
Well, you know, my
That's
father, he
Not
he
his
started
work.
off being a butcher.
Oh.
He started off being a butcher, and then he worked his way up to the aristocracy.
Say, Steam, when did you get that oven installed?
Few years ago.
Okay, that's probably not. It's not Mr. Nee Todd's work. In any case, greetings,
Oh,
abstraction, abstract. Moving
No,
on.
no. He's the reason why I have a robotic arm.
Kilauea volcano has erupted in Hawaii's Big Island, the U.S. Geological Survey said. Although, I think if Kilauea volcano has erupted, the U.S. Geological Survey doesn't need to say a damn thing. You should hear it going off. Eruption began late Sunday within the Halema Umeu crater, shortly after 9:30 p.m. local time. Observers of the USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, or the HIVU, noticed the eruption started within the crater at Kilauea Summit, according to the USGS, who was in contact with the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. A magnitude 4.4 earthquake was reported in the area shortly after the eruption began. In an update, USGS said an eruption has commenced within Kilauea's summit caldera. The situation is rapidly evolving, and will issue another statement when more information is available.
Ola, I told you not to go through the files.
Look, there's only one thing to do. We need to throw
Ola, just
politicians into the volcano to appease it and make it stop. And
Ola,
we need to
just
keep
stop
at it
saying
until the
My mother
volcano is
is-
appeased or we're out of politicians.
Ola, just
Either
stop
way,
saying
we
that.
win.
Yes, my mother
Yes.
is
How
Mr.
can
Barker.
Let's paste this.
How can I dox something that is public knowledge and definitely searchable on Google?
Because she changed her name.
Then how?
Let's focus on solutions,
How would
not
that?
new problems.
Never mind.
Listen, I'm gonna listen. I'm. You know what? Let's dead body for you.
I'm just imagining the fucking Geographical Society sitting there. Guys, I figured it out why there's so much fucking lava. There was an eruption.
So glad we have these big brains on the job here. But listen, everyone. We know how to fix this. Human sacrifice, politicians, leaders leading by example into the into Kilauea.
Stop being stupid.
When there's a draw, everything should improve. Come on,
Well, now everyone knows.
it's time honored.
I've already killed a politician today. What do you want from me?
Did you throw him in the volcano?
No, I just.
Did
Did you
request.
wasted a perfectly good politician?
AccuWeather needs your consent to use your personal data to personalize ads and content, store and access information on device. No, it doesn't. And there's no option
He
to
was-
refuse it, so I'll just tell you how that one went. That one was about sledding and how Karens had decided to outlaw sledding in certain snowbound states because, well, the most obnoxious most obnoxious tyrants are surprisingly not the likes of Steam, although you're terrible, don't get me wrong. It's the moral tyrants. Because they will never stop.
Yeah. I'm not really more of a moral tyrant.
Yep, just conventionally greedy and dickish. Taterish.
Well, at least Steam is adorable and lets you die at the end.
Thank you, Concubine 45.
You're welcome. Please don't kill me.
I'm not going to kill
So
you.
now she's 3, 36, 37, and 45.
There's just
Well,
climbing the ranks.
You know, she's one of the vanilla ones. I don't want to traumatize her. I like her. If she doesn't run away.
Look, we can all agree that yes, Steam is hypothetically perfectly enjoyable at a great remove, ideally from an alternate reality, if one can manage it. Most of us can. We're doing our best to keep everyone in their respective existences.
Look, she's perfectly charming in person, according to the forcefully written memos from all 299 previous me's.
Yes,
Yes.
and chat more. You can do what you want. You're an adult, and to yourself.
Exactly.
I have
Yeah, I
aggressively warned
consent
all
to
of you what will happen, what may happen, and what the consequences may be. My hands are washed of it. You take your own risks, as long as we're clear on that.
Well,
Oh, don't worry. We make people sign a contract. So they know what they're getting into.
right. I'm an adult. I consent to not running away and then being horrifically murdered.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the
they don't
spirit.
have
Yeah.
They know what they're getting themselves into.
In any case, we're in the final 4 minutes and this is where we'll get the promotions out of the way. I have great big plans for the upcoming year. I'm going to rebuild the set. It's going to be new. It's going to be modular. It's going to be dynamic. I'm going to have screens sliding in, sliding off, exposing menus, hiding menus, pretending menus don't exist, and it's going to be great fun. But not quite yet. In the short term, I am unfortunately contractually obligated to spend an hour real Miss Steam in the next Frenemies Forever Christmas special.
Oh, you love Bellend. Join me tomorrow, 10 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. CST. On a Christmas special Frenemies Forever episode, where I try and kill. Well, actually no. Well, I lament about her trying to kill Santa Claus, and I accidentally broke the glass. Oh shit! No, I didn't break it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just cracked it.
Yuzu, Franz, would you like to promote something, maybe?
Well, the Slobs will have a stream at some point in the future, and we have some canned content that we hope to get out sometime before Ark completes How to Destroy Your Enemies to Their Own Applause, Part 3.
Feminism. Look, it's... I just can't nail... It's got layers, and it makes me cry.
That's an onion.
And it's also the topic of feminism. Look,
So,
I was once one.
Have you tried lemon juice underneath your nose?
So, in order to make you cry, I have to get my hands on that movie.
Could worth it a try, actually. It's all about infantilization, which I know it's not a good thing, even if it has been fetishized in some dark corners of the internet. Weirdos. In any case, mean instruction. Be sure to refer more to Tiamat. She could learn a thing from the struggle of her sister's escape.
Oh, and Byron donated $20.
Wait, what? Sit down. This is a no jiggling zone, and I will repeat this as many times as necessary.
No, I'm not going to sit down. I'm going to show my vagina.
Good God, look at the burn marks.
You prudes.
Brian has donated $20 to say Merry Christmas, Brian Euler. Thank you very much for your support. You can commission a shanty.
$5.
See, I am currently experiencing what they call nipplephoria. It's real. It's valid.
I do inflict that on people first.
Smoking rat. I didn't see it, so I didn't. I'm keeping my word here.
It's okay. I got past the hang up I had there where it's making me laugh. I'm okay now.
And Orlaseraph has generously
Nipplephoria.
thrown $5 at me to say, bend those jiggle physics.
I already bend those jiggle physics by just spitting in this dress.
And NVIDIA thanks you for it.
I've already promoted Reservoir Slobs and whatnot. Thank you all for your support. It does mean an awful lot to me. Any further promotion? Are we done? I have to brace for Sunday.
Go watch Chatmort when she does something.
Done.
Oh yes, Chatmort. You should promote things.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to. I'm not going to force you to.
I do things sometimes, and they're neat. So be on the lookout for that.
I'll throw the links up in the chat.
Go check out my concubine's channel and stuff.
Most kind Izup, as soon as that's in the chat, I will wrap things up. I need to actually drink a lot of water because I've gotten severely dehydrated over the course of wearing this helmet, and things are starting to get a bit fuzzy, actually. Oh well, I could stand to lose the water weight, probably.
There you can.
See, there's frenemies, so that you can all go watch Steam horribly maim Arc Psyche tomorrow.
Yay.
Yep, and walking in the air. I have that clip.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you were quick on the draw. It's not going to get around otherwise.
Oh, another one!
And there's Chatmark's channel.
Thank you, Nipplephoria. I am excited.
See, he's not past it at all. You just need an uneven number of nipples for it.
Yeah.
Okay, this... I said I wouldn't say this anymore, and I need to keep my word, so NIPPLEPHORIA paid $5. Thank you very much for your support, NIPPLEPHORIA. I technically kept my word, Rat. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm glad the links are out. Until next time, so long as progress continues, success is inevitable. I will next be live Friendly Forever tomorrow. And then I'll have something happening next Wednesday at least. I'm not sure what condition I'll be in on Monday presently, so no promises there. Otherwise, the schedule will continue as planned. So long as progress continues, success is inevitable.
Goodbye, peasants.
As is Nipplephoria.
Oh, by the way, Arketer, how do you feel about changing the name to Arketer Secretary Steam?
That's not happening.
I'll make it happen.